The Fantasy Fanatics podcast on SportsTownChicago.com. Welcome back to Fantasy Fanatics on SportsTownChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
I'm Andrew Freeman.
All right, it's time for those winners and losers. So,
yes.
Winners. I did it. I won. Yes. Losers. I never win anything.
All right, we're going to get that going right now, and we'll tell you how we did last week, of course.
I did super good. Yeah. That's all I know.
I agree. I thought you did pretty well.
That's 2 weeks in a row, by the way. I went from going from a 4-win week to going to double-digit wins for 2 weeks in a row.
All right, NFL Week 6. Okay, we had Indiana and Houston. We all picked Indiana. Indiana won. We all got a point there. Jacksonville and Tennessee. Me and Risky went with Jacksonville. Andrew went with Tennessee. Andrew was right about that.
Of course, by 2 points.
Yes. So, Andrew leads 2-1. I might lose track of the numbers here, but I do have the actual results, so that's all that matters. Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Me and Risky both picked Tampa Bay. You picked the Ravens. You picked Tampa Bay. Why?
Didn't they beat Pittsburgh the week before? Just saying.
They did, but it was close.
No, it was a blowout. It was like 48-17 or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know if they got into the 40s. Actually, maybe they did.
What week was that?
That would have been week 5.
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead and I'll tell you when I get it up.
All right. Denver and the Jets. That one was pretty easy. We all picked Denver. Let's see. Detroit and Minnesota. We all picked Detroit. New England and Buffalo. We all picked New England. Carolina and Cincinnati. This ended up being a tie. No points awarded, thanks to Cincinnati. If Cincinnati would have done that, then we could have gotten an extra point there, Andrew. Yeah. Pittsburgh and Cleveland. We all Andrew picked Cleveland. Me and Risky picked the Steelers.
Yeah.
So that was bad.
That wasn't a bad choice.
It wasn't a bad choice. It's just
I like Cleveland.
You know, I was going to pick the Browns, but I'm just like, it's the Browns. Why? But yeah, they definitely did pretty good there.
You know what? You were right. Tampa Bay 27, Pittsburgh 24.
Yeah. See a little closer than
Baltimore was the blowout game, 38-10.
I think you're right about that. Green Bay and Miami. I picked Miami, and Miami almost won, but they lost, and so I didn't get a point there. But Andrew and Risky did. We all picked San Diego. We all picked Seattle. For some reason, Andrew picked Washington against Arizona, but that's okay.
I mean, it was close, wasn't it? Somewhat.
I don't remember. Chicago and Atlanta. We all picked Chicago. That was good. The Giants and Philly. Risky picked Philly, and that is why he won. He ended up winning 12-11-10. There was only one game left, the 49ers, which we all picked over the Rams. So, Ryan Risky, because me and Andrew picked the Giants over the Philadelphia Eagles, that's pretty much why Andrew lost. I picked a different game wrong, the Miami one. So, Risky won 12-11-10. I ended up getting the lowest amount of points this week. Not a big deal, but, because we'll still tally up all the points, and maybe someone will win that way, too.
Right. No, I'm still behind.
Yeah.
It's closer, though. It's closer.
It is.
That one game with Arizona 30, Washington 20. It wasn't that.
Okay.
It wasn't a blowout or anything.
Yeah.
Also, I believe Drew Stanton was starting that game. So
all right. Time for the Week 7 NFL picks. Here we go.
Let's do this.
New York Jets and New England. We all picked the New England Patriots, which was
no-brainer.
Very smart of us because they won.
Super close.
It was. Atlanta and Baltimore. Who are you going with here? Let me pull up who Ryan Risky picked.
I think I'm going to stick with Baltimore. I'm going to go with Baltimore. I know Atlanta's going to try and bounce back from that horrendous loss, but...
let's see. Oh, Ryan Risky didn't text me these in order. It's going to be difficult for me to find now. It looks like Ryan Risky is going with... Did he even pick for this game? Atlanta and Baltimore. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he picked the Ravens. And who did you go with, Andrew?
I also went with the Ravens.
I have to pick the Ravens as well.
That's a sweep.
All right, next we have the Titans at the Redskins. Who do you think is going to win that?
This is actually a harder one, but I'm going to go with the better defense on this one. Do you know who has the better defense?
I believe the Redskins might have a better
correct.
defense.
Yes, the Redskins have the better defense, and I think Kirk Cousins will go for 300.
You know, I'm going to have to agree with you. I really think that the Redskins are going to win this. Ryan Risky picked the Titans, though.
Boo.
But me and you are going to go with the Redskins.
Yep.
Okay, Seahawks at the Rams. Is there any way that the Rams can win this?
Austin Davis isn't that bad of a quarterback, and the Seahawks
That's
defense
true.
hasn't really done that much. So I am going to go with the Seahawks anyway.
I'm going with the Seahawks as well as Ryan Risky. All right, next we have the Browns and the Jaguars.
I would like to say the Jaguars win, but the Browns defense with their offense, Hoyer is not a bad quarterback. He's a QB2 at this point, fantasy-wise, so I'm going to go with the Browns.
You're going to go with the Browns. I'm going to go with the Browns as well, and so is Ryan Risky. Oh, we have another similar pick there. Okay, we got the Bengals and the Colts. This is going to be a pretty good game.
Bengals defense is kind of mangled. I'm going to go with the Colts.
I'm going with the Colts. Ryan Risky's going with the Colts as well.
Sweep!
All right, next we have the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings at the Buffalo Bills.
I don't want to pick the obvious pick every time, but the Buffalo Bill D is second in the league in points, so I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Ryan Risky's going with Buffalo. I'm taking the upset. I'm taking the Vikings.
There you go.
There we go.
Way to be brave.
It finally happened. Although I'll probably be wrong about this, just like that Miami one, but you never know. Okay, Dolphins and Bears. I'm going to be at this game. Risky's going to be at this game. Who do you think's going to win this?
Definitely going to ride
see a
on
win?
the winning streak of the Bears here and say the Bears.
I'm also picking the Bears. So did Ryan Risky.
And that's a sweeper.
That's another sweep, yes. All right. Saints and Lions.
This one's actually more difficult. Breeze hasn't been living up to his name this season, but I think he's going to kick it into gear, and the Saints are going to beat the Lions.
Ryan Risky's going with the Lions.
Oh, my.
I am going with the Saints, just like you.
Yeah.
Because I just think Drew Brees can go into Detroit and win, and it's funny to see Detroit lose at home, which they do quite often. Panthers at Packers.
Wow. Aaron Rodgers has been a beast lately, but Cam Newton is coming off one of the best games. He was a leader in points last week, fantasy-wise, with 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then 107 yards rushing, so 300 total yards. This is
a tough one.
I'm going to go with the Packers. I have to.
You're going to go with the Packers. Yeah. I'm going with the Packers as well. So is Ryan Risky.
Sweep.
There's been a lot more sweeps this week so far, but there's still 4 games left. Or actually 5 games left. Chiefs at the Chargers. This was a tough game, and Chris was talking to us a little bit about this. He thinks the Chargers are going to win. Who do you think is going to win?
I think the Chargers are due for a loss. They almost lost to Oakland, which is the worst team, in everything.
Yeah. That was bad.
I mean,
the Raiders almost won that, and they should not have scored as many points as they did.
If you look at the drops of the week, Charger defense is one of the most dropped things. So I don't know. I guess I'm not going to go with the Chargers. I'm going to go with Kansas City, and they're going to roll.
I'm agreeing with you. I think it's going to be the Chiefs. I think exactly what you said. The Chargers are due for a loss. Ryan Risky loves the Chargers. He's going with the Chargers. So
Rivers.
We'll see. Hopefully I'll get that. Of course, I'll be at the Bears game or on my way home from it. But that should be nationally televised because that'll be on CBS, and that's the only game on CBS at 3. So that'll be nationally televised. I'll be able to see some of that. Cardinals and Raiders.
Cardinals. I mean, you got Carson Palmer playing. He's actually using Fitzgerald, who's their best receiver, not Michael Floyd like everyone thinks.
Right.
So definitely Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cardinals too, so is Ryan Risky.
Sweep.
Giants at the Cowboys. This is a huge game.
Wow. It's obvious to me. I'm just going to go with the Dallas Cowboys, who are who we think they are. I mean, they're rushing the ball good. They're throwing the ball. Their D is clicking. I mean, they just went to Seattle and beat Seattle, the second team in the last 3 years to do that. I'm going with the Cowboys.
I'm going with the Cowboys. Ryan Risky is going with the Cowboys. All right, 2 more games. 49ers and Denver. this one is very tough to pick. But I'm going to go out on a limb right now. I'm saying the 49ers go in there and upset.
I can't say that the 49ers are going to upset because the 49ers defense hasn't showed up to the dance yet. So I'm going to go with Denver.
All right, Ryan Risky's also picking the Broncos. Okay, Texans at Steelers for Monday Night Football. That's a pretty evenly matched game if you think about it.
I agree. Pittsburgh has been kind of a hot-cold team of late. I mean, Roethlisberger can throw 300-yard games, but lately, I just don't know. They've been cold. So I'm going to go with Houston.
You're going to go with Houston.
Yeah,
Ryan Risky has picked the Steelers. I am going to go with the Steelers as well. So,
okay. All right. I'll take that.
You're on your own for that one.
And the teams on bye are Philadelphia Eagles and Tampa Bay.
Yeah. As you get later on into the season, there's more teams that have more buys, for sure. The Fantasy Fanatics podcast on SportsTownChicago.com.